Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's Combo Breaker 99. I'm back with another post-fight analysis video. Gervonta Tank Davis versus Leo Santa Cruz. All right, y'all. Tank Davis knocks Leo out cold in round 6. Knocks him out cold in round 6. I think I gave Cruz a little more credit, thinking his heart and his chin, would have held up to like round 10 or 11. But, Tank is nothing to play with, man. And, the power is scary. I mean, Tank is scary. I've seen some power punchers before, guys with heavy hands, Marcos Maidana, he's a heavy puncher. But Gervonta Tank Davis, he's almost on that Mike Tyson level, Mike Tyson of the 135-pound division, because, this guy knows he has that power. He also knows that he has the fundamentals to set up that power at any time. And that's what makes it scary. He's not a wild wing puncher. He's an actual assassin that can set the punches up. I think a lot of people don't understand that. They think he's just a young wild puncher in there, but no, he's setting them punches up. And the thing about it is like I said, Tank is scary because he can absorb a lot of your if he can absorb your punches, he's going to walk through you. And whenever he absorbs your punches, he knows that he's going to get the knockout. And I think that's what he figured out with Leo Santa Cruz. Like, when he took a few of Leo Santa Cruz's shots, he took a few punches here and there. He was like, okay, I'm good. But I think when he started cracking Leo Santa Cruz to the head and to the body, he knew that he was going to fall because he could see that reaction from Leo Santa Cruz. And Leo, it was only a matter of time. He got in some licks of his own, but a Tank, it can get dinged up. It'll take a few shots in here and there, but when a Tank lets them rockets go and hits its target, that's it. And I think pretty much like I predicted, Santa Cruz, he wanted to box, but honestly, he didn't have that style for that. Like I said, he's going to have to use his legs, but, boxing is not really his style of using his legs and, moving his head. So he didn't really have a game plan of trying to nullify the power by slipping and countering, like slip counter, because there's no head movement. He's just like a high guard swarmer. He's a high guard volume puncher, blocking the punches, eating a few punches. That's his defense. And then coming back with a few counter shots, because he hit Tank a few good times, in the first few rounds, like rounds 1, 2, and 3. He landed some good combinations that kind of offset Tank. And I think when Tank was cold, they were kind of getting the Tank a little bit, like not the power, but just the fact that Tank was getting hit. Cruz was using that high guard a lot, like I said, but he wasn't elusive enough to get away from body shots or head shots, because that left uppercut and that straight left hand was splitting the guard, and when those shots were hitting him, Cruz definitely kind of went down in his volume punching. When you got down around 4, 5, and 6, the volume punching kind of went down. Like, his heart wanted to fight. That's why he would throw some shots out there. It was kind of on autopilot, but I think his game plan was done whenever he felt that power of Tank. Tank cracked him to the body. When he executed that body game, starting in round 4, I knew that eventually the headshots were going to open up, and them headshots were really going to take him out of there. Again, I felt like Leo Santa Cruz's heart would have pulled him through the earlier rounds, but man, like, if you keep taking big headshots like he was taking, your brain's going to let you know. It's definitely going to let you know, because first off, like I said, Tank, he wasn't fazed by the volume punching after a while when he started getting his body shots and jabs in. But again, I also think that Cruz, he felt that power several times, and it was really just a matter of time before the brain lets you know that we can't take any more shock or impact like this. Your brain will tell you that. Like, your heart will keep going. Like, you've seen him in his past fights where he'll trade or he'll slug with some of these other guys, some of these other warriors, but they don't have the power that Tank has, So your body's going to tell you sooner or later. Like, let's go back to Danny Garcia versus Brandon Rios. Rios, he's a brawler. He's a puncher. He's a moderate puncher. He's not a one-punch knockout artist like Danny Garcia. So if he tries that brawling style and staying in the pocket with Danny Garcia, okay, he might absorb a few punches here or there because he's a warrior. He's got the chin. But sooner or later, if he continues to hit you with that same powerful right hand over and over and over, your body's going to just automatically shut down. That's what happened to Brandon Rios in the Danny Garcia fight. Danny Garcia hit him with that right hand once. He started coming forward. He seemed fine. Got hit with another overhand right, and his whole body just shut down. He went limp. That's what happened in this fight here. Whenever Tank Davis started coming on strong in round 6 after landing good body shots in rounds 4 and 5. He knew that Leo couldn't hurt him, so he started walking him down. He started walking the brawler down, landed a few good shots up the middle. Leo came back with a good right hand, but then Tank did that little slip counter, came up with the left uppercut, boom, hit Leo Santa Cruz right on the ear and temple, and he was out. He was out cold. I mean, he was out when he fell. The impact of the mat didn't even wake him up. That's how bad the power was. That's how bad the knockout was. Most of the time, these guys will wake up. Like, you've seen Ricky Hatton wake up when he hit the mat versus Manny Pacquiao, right? Not in this fight. He was out. The impact of the mat couldn't even wake him up. They pulled him up into the corner. He was sleeping. He almost had like a smile on his face. That's how gone he was. So I was like, wow, Tank is really packing that power. I mean, guys just don't understand. This is like Julian Jackson power. Besides Mike, there's Julian Jackson. Those are the guys that I know that really can put you in a good coma. Sleep it can really tuck you in. Guys like that can really tuck you in. That's what I'm saying. Like, Leo Santa Cruz, he was definitely a warrior. And, early on, I was thinking that, yeah, he would be able to absorb some of these shots, but, you know, the heart's going to absorb them for you, but then the brain's going to tell you, no, we taking it enough. We taking enough. You hit somebody with a hammer over and over to the head, they'll take the first few blows, but eventually they'll shut down, So that's what it's like with Tank. Not, but he's like a cinder block. Tank hits like a cinder block. When he hits you, you're out. That's it. But yeah, man. Overall, I think that Tank Davis, he deserves full on credit for this fight. It was just a good, solid performance where, I felt like Tank had to warm up, just kind of, fall into the groove of fighting a volume puncher. Early rounds, I did favor Leo Santa Cruz. I'd say rounds 1, 2, and 3, I gave the Leo Santa Cruz. Maybe I gave Tank round 2. I think round 2 could have went to Tank when he started, picking his shots a little bit more. But I felt like 4, 5, and 6, they started going into the momentum in favor of Tank Davis. And then Tank, like I said, he just started walking him down. Like, he had the high guard up, a la Winky Wright in a way. But, he still absorbed too many shots. Like, he needed to be a little bit more tighter. But I think he kept his hands down just so he could, like, really, wind up that power. Because when he got into round 6, he backed Leo Santa Cruz to the corner. When he did that little slip and let that left uppercut go, shoot, it was a wrap, man. But yeah, definitely a solid knockout in round 6 for Tank Davis. I give him full credit for it. Some people are saying, oh, he beat a little guy. Hell no, man. Did you see how big Leo Santa Cruz looked in this fight? That's the first thing I said. I was like, look how big Leo Santa Cruz is in this fight. I was like, wow, he looks big. Like, Tank looked a little bit smaller, but Tank still looks strong in there. But I was like, yeah, Leo's a big guy. Leo's like 5'8". He's almost like Terrence Crawford's height. So he's a long, lanky guy. So, he definitely does have height and the size to deal with Tank, but Tank has that equalizer and the skill, So yeah, overall, full on credit for Tank. And no doubt, knockout of the year.